What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the real feel. Welcome back to Me Life. Welcome back, y'all. Let's celebrate 6 years in the making, 6 years of Me Life brand and building, 6 years of recovery off of hard drugs. And the new Me Life website is live right now. It is in the description below. And for all the people that have supported and jumped in, and for all the new people that want to jump in, come join in. For the people that I already have, I appreciate you. I really do. But yeah, we're here to celebrate and tell the story of how it kind of built up and where it came from. Or I mean, I've kind of mentioned little pieces in between of what it is and whatever, but we're celebrating 6 years. Me Life finally has a website. Me Life finally has a wide selection of products with my logo on it, with my positive quotes, my BU. But yeah, 6 years I've been building this and back and forward with the brand ever since 2020 is when I got clean. Off of hard drugs is when it all first started, when I said I wanted to do the brand, and that was back in 2020, 2021, late 2020. If how it yeah when I like I said, I've kind of threw out the story before. I've kind of thrown out little pieces. But yeah, 6 years ago, little less for the brand, but 6 years ago for recovery, it's a huge milestone since then. And to have the website fully out and ready to go, and it's kind of like the print on demand type thing. It's my chosen products, and with my logo, and like I just mentioned. So the link, everybody, is in the description below. I know the scenery I might look. I'm on the trails. I'm out. I'm being the real feel, and there is people on the trails going back and forth. Well, I didn't think there was going to be that many people out there because of the weather, and I swear it was just going to start to rain, and it is kind of gloomy out here, as you can see. But I was riding around the trails, and I'm like, well, I was trying to find a spot, and normally sometimes I come out here. I don't really, I kind of haven't got too vulnerable with my stuff. Again, I said I'll throw a little pieces out there, and I'm kind of getting sidetracked here, but I mean, most of the time you'll see me in different spots. It won't be my place, or it won't be my space. And the place that I live at, unfortunately, with my mother, because if you listen to the videos, due to the relationship that was, discarded from back over a year ago. And I'm not the one to sit back and sit here and put anybody down for it, or talk shit about it. It's just part of my story, and that's just what happened. And I had to rebuild back the brand, and I had to rebuild back my page, and get everything started again, because I lost everything. And again, it wasn't the person that physically took it away from me, but mentally I wasn't even there anymore, due to so many situations. But anyways, long story short, it got me here where I am today. And today is the 6 years, and finally I have a website ready to go, and I have tons of different products, and now I can focus on the designs. And I mean, it's all to the hard work. And ever since 2020, it's been a lot of ups and downs. I did start drinking in between there, but to talk about the brand is I've been battling to get a website. I've been battling what to do, how to do it. I've done it, multiple different ways. But I feel that, I've said it before, I feel that I have to go through all that to get where I am today, because I'm happy. I'm proud of the milestone, and the step that I've taken, even though it's hard as fuck, and I do have my setbacks, and I've gotten angry, and I've delayed with my videos, and I've delayed with my product, you know, because stuff isn't happening right away. And I've come to the realization more lately is because I'm going to clip this, because I've come to the realization more that if you want something big, like I've realized, I'm like, because you fight it, right? But I'm going to say this first. You'll fight it back and forth because you think you know what you want, and you're trying to fight against your purpose. But I realized that um, you got to settle with nothing. You have to sit back with nothing. You have to be settled with nothing before you get something big. If you want something big and you want like to achieve something huge, and you're asking your higher power or whoever it is that, you know, you're looking for something big that you're trying to grow, but in the midst of it you get uncomfortable and you get like a little lost because things aren't happening right away, or it's not going the way you thought it would, and so you like try, you know, you try to go back to your like old ways, and you like, no, I'm going to try it this way while you're trying to build it. And then you'll get set back again because you're not supposed to. You're supposed to settle for what you're going through so you can make it to the next level. And again, this is 6 years in the making of realizing, you know, recently that if I want something, I have to learn to sit with nothing. And basically what that means is that not every time you're going to get your favorite meal or the thing that you want to eat, and not every time you're going to be able to do that one thing that day, or be able to do it on time, or, you know, just like whatever the goal is. And sometimes you're not going to be able to do that, so sometimes you have to settle for the less and settle for what you already have. And I said that in my last podcast, and I said that in my last video, that you that just do it. And I've said this in videos before, but then I'm saying it, but I never really did it. And again, realization, light bulb, dang, something went off in my head where I'm like, wow, like after the website thing, and now I can focus on the designs, and now I have like 4 different designs up that I've always wanted to do for the past 2 years. And because I've battled, like, no, I want to do it this way, I want to try it that way. But your full purpose, my full purpose, if you're following your purpose, if you're following your dreams, and you're trying to take back control of your life, of what me life is, these things are going to happen. And you're going to have to be uncomfortable. You're going to have to settle for less because you're not getting what you want. You're not getting that big thing because you're not accepting the less. You're trying to like jump ahead. And I've done that multiple times. Tried to jump ahead and thinking things are going to go a certain way, and thinking things that are going to happen, ups and downs. But really, hey, how's it going? It doesn't have to like go a certain way. Come on, you got it, man. You got it, bro. You got it, man. No. Get it, man. The real feel, y'all. The real feel. Nothing like nobody's done it before, and I believe that. But you have to go through these things. You have to go through these steps. And again, that realizing of like, wow, like, and I'm like, man, it's been 6 years, and like, you know, you think of these things, and you go through these thoughts, and oh, it's taking long, and you know, but if you just keep pushing, and you just keep trying those things, and you keep following your purpose, and you get used to being uncomfortable, and get used to being settled for less, you know, um, because it does looks it does look like all gloriness and rainbows when you see people at a certain time in their life of what, I don't know what I'm trying to say with that part, but like meaning that like people where they are mentally and physically, and like succeeding, they did not go through this. They went through this. Some went through it for years, and I still have milestones to go, but I'm at my biggest milestone now, and I'm here to celebrate it, that with recovery too, of 6 years, July 2nd, or in July we can say, because yeah, it was 2020 or late 2020. But when I started my brand, it was like early 2021. Um, but even still, it's 6 months from now, and the the website is one of the biggest things. And it's, well, you could, I could have did this before, I could have tried that, and I could have tried this again. That's jumping ahead, and I'm realizing that more now. That again, if you think about it, it is. And you think, oh no, you're supposed, you try, no, no. If you're trying to follow a path and you're trying to follow your dreams and trying to get something big, and you're trying to like achieve a big career, and mine has such a huge strong meaning behind it with my brand, is that these setbacks are going to happen. I'm not supposed to get the big camera right away. I'm not supposed to get the big setup, which I've been trying to fight for. I'm not supposed to do certain things until, you know, until you've learned from your step to go on to the next one. And your universe and your higher power is not going to allow you to move forward, to not do, to go backwards. It's to fully move. It's going to set you back again to try to learn. It's going to keep putting you in that circle because you keep taking those actions and putting yourself in that circle. The universe can't give it to you, or whoever it is, your higher power can't give it to you if you're not taking the actions. And I've said it in my videos that no one's coming to save you. They're there to save you, but no one's coming to physically grab you and save you. You have to take those steps yourself. You have to take the jump. You got to put that parachute on of life and jump. And the parachute is not going to open right away. Steve Harvey said that. I'm going to quote that from Steve Harvey. He said that. Your parachute of life, and you're on top of the cliff. And if you want something big, you got to jump. But you have to remember, your parachute is not going to open right away. You're going to get a lot of bumps and scratches along the way. You're going to physically, mentally have to go through things for your parachute to fully open and to glide. So the milestone to get from here wasn't like flowers and rainbows. It was bumps and dark, and even times to the day where I'm staying and where I'm living. And that's not much. I don't talk about it too much. I don't put it out there too much. How's it going? Hello. If I got a little backwards with it, and I went a little deeper of like my situation, I don't talk about it too. Like I said, I'll throw out a little bit of like my life and like what I'm doing, but like behind the scenes, I kind of not hide it, but not vulnerable enough to put it out there, and like how to put it out in words. So I get overwhelmed, and it's hard to like find the words to like how. But really, like my situation is like, I was technically, if in the time being over a year ago, I was supposed to be getting a house in Brantford. For so long of a relationship, there was promises and things of moving to the city and making things better for their life and the kids and us, and we can grow, and then I can finally get back to my brand and we can grow it better, because I was back and forth between this town and my town for the longest time. And then and all of a sudden, for the last time, because the relationship went back and forth, for what I've been saying and what she's been doing, and whatever I've been doing is not an excuse for the reason why I'm not fucking, going through that shit anymore. It's not like my fault for what other people are doing, but the situation I'm in, it was my choice for like, kept doing certain things. But again, I go back to, I'm supposed to go through this learning. If I didn't go through that, I would definitely not be here today. I would not be able to say the things, do the things today if I didn't go through that. And I'm thankful for that in a way where it taught me, and I'm here today. But that put me in a spot where I was literally staring at a wall for like 4 or 5 months, going like, what the fuck just happened? Because we were supposed, like, she ended up moving fucking somewhere else, and then got with somebody else fucking 3 or 4 months later. And then I just, I said to myself that I wasn't going to chase anymore, if you want the truth. And then so I sat back, and after a few months, I realized what the fuck was happening. And then I just had to sit back and go through it. And then I went through this fucking huge up and down trying to build my page and my brand again. And then I realized what mother was doing, I have to stay there. Unfortunately, I have animals. I can't just move back into a shelter where I've been multiple times before, because I got to go back and visit the animals. And then, my mother was part of that downfall in the relationship, that I was realizing what the fuck happened for a whole year or so. So then that happened. I have to live with that. So I'm dealing with this, like, and besides the girlfriend thing, my mom's, I realized that she's been doing this shit for fucking years, and people, some evil fucking shit mentally. And you wouldn't think, unless you have to go through it to understand it. And they call it narcissists or whatever. Fucking, I hate using certain words, but so yeah, I'm dealing with that situation, or I've been dealing with that situation. But again, I can't complain, because I'm here today and I'm still not fucking drinking. And if you know, like, to go through that type of shit, to be like, we're, you know, um, to have that in your life while you're trying to get clean, or trying to build a brand, or trying to shoot videos. That's why you see me mostly outside, because I don't feel comfortable enough. It's not that I can't do it, is that mentally, physically, it's like, if you have to know, like, I'm stuck in this little corner of my, of the room, and because there's eggshells out in the other fucking room, if I can put it into better words without explaining a whole fucking, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. And again, this is why I didn't say it at first, because I have that huge milestone. I'm happy. I'm celebrating of the growth. And this is where the time being is where I would slow down and stop, or because it gets rough. And then all those things that were holding you back, that wasn't holding you back because you were on this high, it starts to come back again. And it will test you and say, do you really want this? Like, do you really want it? If you don't want it, it's not going to give it to you. You have to want it, and you have to put the action in. You got to put your steps in. Again, not putting it, I understand. I'm an empathetic person, and I have like huge understanding of like why I'm going through this, or why these people are like this, or why this is happening. And I'm not saying fuck you, I hate you. I've literally said to my mother, like, listen, I gotta be over here. And even you can't tell those type of people those things, because they'll use that against you. They'll try to do things to try to delay you. And then when you bring it up, they'll be like, what are you talking about? I'm not doing anything. It's the fucking evilest quote. And I used to react like a crazy person, like, used to. And I'm not proud of my reactions of what I've reacted to certain things that people are doing. And those type of people will be like, oh, I'm blaming you because I do that. No, your actions isn't because of me. I'm reacting to your actions. So then I would fucking lose my shit half the time. That doesn't, I think we should be fine. It doesn't matter. It's the real feel, y'all. And I'm out on the trails. They would call it the Trans-Canada Trail in my city. That goes all through my city, but it goes to like other towns and other cities. East, west, south, into the river if you want to go. But anyways, if you've made it this far in the video, you're the pod. You're appreciated. And don't forget, if you truly want to support my journey and you truly want to support me, the link down below, go grab yourself a hoodie or a t-shirt, or I have golf shirts out that say BU, and I'll drop them up in the screen here. If you don't see them up in the screen, then my fingers are going to look funny pointing around, but I'll put one up here, I'll try to put one up here, and I'll try to put one up here. And again, if you don't see them, go check the link below so you can go. But I'm going to try to like toss them up in there. So again, you'll probably see one here, you'll probably see one here. But yeah. So go check that stuff out, and if you want to order it. But that's where, I mean, I'm not going to like kind of, but the milestone from there to here, and then even I was thinking the other day about the website thing, and I was talking with Chat GPT, whatever. But I was trying to get an understanding, and I'm like, yeah, but like, why now with the website? Why with this? And why, like, but it just clarified that what I'm thinking and what I'm talking about is I'm in the right spot of where I'm supposed to be with the brand and with the videos and with my recovery. Um, a year and a half off alcohol and 6 years in July off of booze. Um, July was last July, 4 months into the relation, getting out of the relationship thing, trying to realize what the fuck happened. I didn't even have a desk. I didn't have fucking. I had a laptop, but I had nothing. I had to rebuild it all. I had to go through this thing that I thought I was like, oh, I'll go back to this, and then I wasn't supposed to do that. I learned all this new stuff, printing, designs, and all this new stuff behind the scenes. I've been working on like how to do this and how to like put it all together and build a actual foundation, a real true foundation for the brand. And that was yeah, forget where I was going with that, but that's you have to, yeah, the website's one of the biggest yeah, that's a crazy. But yeah, I was thinking where I was. Oh, why is it taking? No, this is where it needs to be right now. Now I can move on to the next step and next thing that I want to be doing. You like my duct tape squirrel? I have a duct tape cup in a sense. I won't tell you the secret. I won't tell you the secret behind it, but I need my mic because I'm hoping that you can hear me. I'm hoping this whole. I know the qualities. I mean, whatever. But yeah, there's hoodies like, well, I have t-shirts out like this right now on the website. They're t-shirts, any color, pick a color. The hoodies I can put up soon and put them on the hoodies and do all the colors. But right now there's t-shirts of Recovery 101, and then there's BU shirts, there's golf shirts with BU, there's the Me Life t-shirts and Me Life hoodies. So that's where it all, but yeah, July, that's where I was saying. July was after the months of sitting back and trying to build it all back. July was when I got back to doing like the Facebook videos and trying to grow my page. And then the podcast came later on, how I wanted to start it. And that's how I got this channel. Because I have my old channel, which the link is in the description. But July was when I was like, okay, I got to pick up the camera. But I did it July 2nd because it was my 5th year off of hard drugs, which now is coming up 6th year in July. So that's where that all started. If you go to my Facebook and you'll see where it all started from there, from after getting out of the relationship thing. There's not too much to talk about it with it. I mean, I'll throw out little points of it, but I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, there's no reason to like, I have to physically, if I want to physically fully heal and I want to move on to the next step, I had to let things fully go. Because some things have to come with consistency and accountability and honesty and clarity in my life, because if there's none of that, then there's none of you in my life, because I can't fucking go back and forth anymore and try to figure people out or try to figure out what they're about or what they want to do in life. And I can't help and save anybody, they got to save themselves. Realizing that too. More, you just gotta save yourself. Um, but um, but I don't know where I'm gonna fully take this channel. It's gonna stick around. I do. Yeah, I don't know much more. It's just a celebration. One to stop on the camera or pop back on the camera and pop back on the channel and just talk about the milestone where the brand is and where it came from and where I'm at and behind the scenes a little bit, and where I'm at today. And I don't know where I'm going to be next week. I just know my goal and I know what my aim is and what I want to do with my brand. But to get the full support, I got to survive too. I don't think 40 hours a week. I mean, I've been trying to, this has been the hardest year trying to find certain things. And that's why I feel this is my full purpose. Again, I keep getting back to doing the videos, and it's back and forth. But this, this whole year, like I've been trying to find part-time, side work, odd jobs, everything, you name it. But I've learned in this spiritual journey of my awakening is that I'm supposed to go through that to build what I'm building now, to give it my full potential and give it my full strength. And if again, so it's not like my full goal to like go back to the things that I was doing for 25, 30 fucking years while I was trying to build this. So financially, I want this to be my career. Financially, I'm trying to grow it into something, and I'm accepting with the losses, and I'm accepting with less of what I'm, try not to go a step ahead, and try not to fight against what the universe is handing me, or what the universe is trying to show me. You can't like fight that stuff. You gotta go. If you know, you know. And when I say that, because if you want this and you're really truly following along, if you're following along and if you've made it this far in the video and you're hearing what I'm saying, then you obviously, there's a reason behind it, and there's a reason why you're doing what you're doing, or you're at least trying to do what you're doing. And I'm here to show you or tell you the experience of where it goes and how it goes and what can happen in between. And your story is your story. My story is my story. I'm just giving you my experience because maybe someone can learn off of it. Maybe someone can take it and use it. And maybe this is their final upbeat where they needed that one up, or that one person to say, this is it, right? This is the time to do it. Sometimes it takes that. And don't take me as your family. Sometimes I've heard this before. Roman Atwood said it. Don't take it as from it's hard to hear it from your family and your friends and your cousins and stuff. It's hard to hear it if you don't have like someone that's really, really true and open with you. Besides the family and your friends, hear it from me. Like, take me, use me as I'm telling you the truth of what it is, and use me as that. Because it's hard to hear it from your families and stuff. I'm a screen. I'm in front of you. I'm not personally knowing you and being beside you and hanging out with you all the time. So like, use these videos and use me as like your motivation or your lessons or whatever you want to use it for, to try to like get you to the next step, or how to get to the next step of like in recovery and your mental health and trying to do your goals and your dreams and your passions. Use me as that when I'm telling you that like you can do it, and it's going to be fucking hard. But no one else is going to really tell you that surround you. They're going to tell you that you're doing okay, and that's why certain people get stuck, because you have people that are telling you that you're doing okay, and you may be doing okay in certain fields, but when it comes to like really truly healing and fixing yourself, you're going to get people to tell you that you're doing okay because they're afraid to tell you the truth. And I'm not here to be an asshole or here. I'm here to be here for my people, my supporters, and the people that want to like go through the journey and do the things to succeed into the, this is just the beginning. I'm going to be turning 40, and I'm fucking excited to live my 40s. Be turning 40 July 4th. Like, my birthday is in July. The anniversary is in July. The milestone for the Me Life brand is few months after that. So this is a huge up for me and the brand. And I've learned that I have this personal connection with it, but I've learned not to use it. I've learned how to use my words and put it out there, not to like make it so like, because Me Life isn't me. Me Life came from me. Me Life came from the story and the journey. So it isn't me, because I used to say that Me Life is me, but no, you can get super personal with stuff like that, and you can get like super into it where it can like, if something's not happening, it can really like tear you up because you've gotten so like connected to it and personal with it. How's it going? So after you go through like the personal part of it, you don't want to get too deep with it. And that's what I've learned over time with it. I had to get clarified with that because I used to get super deep with it, and then when certain things weren't happening, I would get super personal, and and that wasn't good because it was fucking up the wave and it was messing up. But again, you've got to go through these things, y'all. You have to go through these trends. You got to go through these steps. You got to go through these backs, or whole hell. You got to go through these setbacks to know how to learn. I've heard people say it's hard for change. Like it's tough for me to do change. And if you truly think about change, you got to where you are today because of change. You've made certain small changes that we don't really notice on a day-to-day basis and a monthly basis, that we make changes that we don't even notice, that we went through to get where you are to what you did or where you are today. You made a change or you made a step to get there. So take that motivation, take that you're able to do that, and put it into something like your passion or your goal, and then go through the steps to get you to where you want to be. And you didn't get here today if you didn't change. You didn't get to the wherever you got 3 years ago. You didn't even grow or get the job or get whatever it is. I like to say that you didn't even do all those things if you didn't make a certain change. But when it comes to big change and things that I'm going through in my journey, it's fucking hard. It's one of the hardest things that I've ever done in my life so far to date. I think there's a few, and I'll probably mention and go back to another video and maybe talk about it. But if I think about it, in the past year and in the past few years, 3 years, is one of the hardest things that have worked out to be positive and humbled me. It's one of the hardest things that I've been going through or went through. But I'm here. And you can make it to the next step if you want to. If you want to. I need my mics, for fuck's sakes. I'm really hoping that you hear me. I'm like, da da da. Well, it didn't rain on me. It did spit for a second before I turned on the camera, and I was like, whatever, I'm underneath the trees, it's not going to thunderstorm. It's not windy, that's a plus, because that's going to be blowing into the mic. That's a huge, huge plus. But anyways, if you made it this far into the video, I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning into the celebration and milestone. And that's why I wanted to come on here, is to talk about it and to, if you made it this far, thank you. If you're joining in, thank you. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. There's a button around here that will show you what it looks like, so then you can go below and you can push subscribe. But yeah, thank you to the people. Thank you to my subscribers. And yeah, just keep being you. Again, if you want to support me and you want to support the journey, the link is in the description for the Me Life website and shop. Go get yourself a t-shirt or a mug. You can get yourself a hoodie, or you can get yourself a sticker. I appreciate y'all. I really do. So much love to y'all, and peace out. Da 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 da